Hi, and welcome back to the virtual classroom. Today I want to talk to you real quick about some different resources that you could use to make a newsletter. I promise not to make this a super long video, but I am going to share like 4 different resources in the hopes that one of them will resonate with you. I won't go in and how to make the account. I'm just going to assume you know how to make an account with all these things. Some of them are a little bit easier and a little more direct, but if you're already using like Google Classroom or have a Microsoft account, then those might be easier for you. So I'll share several, so just bear with me. So let's go ahead and dive right on in. The first one I want to share is through Google, and I think this idea is just brilliant. If I had to come up with my own site or a resource, a database to put a bunch of different things, this is what I would use. So I would make a Google site. It's free and easy to use. You just go to your Drive. If you don't have an account, you can still make one. You just need to have a Google account, and you'll go down to More, and then Google Sites. You can make as many sites as you want, by the way, so there's no limit on that. But I would just make one and just call it like Mrs. Ring's class, something like that. Or you can make a new site for every week, so however you want to do it. But I would recommend making one site for your families and putting a whole bunch of stuff in there and organizing it, of course. What I like about Google Sites is that it is free. You can let me put myself over here. You can easily change the theme, and then within that the color. So just find a theme that you like and run with it. I think you can then change the font. You can do a lot of different stuff. I'll let you explore that aspect of it. And then you can change the layout. You can add a calendar. You can add so much here, so much. And then I would personally just put on my home page like the bare minimum and then start making pages. So I'd make like a page for all my reading resources, all my math resources, then the newsletters, of course. So I'd make a page for newsletters, and that will make actually a direct link for your friends, or your little friends, your students. You can share this with others. You can directly send it to them, or you can add, this is where you just change those settings. If you want to share it directly to them, if you want to invite people to work on it, they can edit it, or can view after publish. It's whatever you want to do. However, I would just send a direct link via email, send a blanket email to all my families and be like, here you go. What I also like is that you can see what your families are going to see via a computer, a tablet, or a phone. So that way you can kind of preview that without actually using all those different things. So that way you can see if it's accessible for all your families, regardless of what device they're using. This is my best idea that I got for families, or for you as a teacher who might not be using like Google Classroom or some other resource like that. And you can just make a site with everything that you want your families to have right here all together. If you do have a Google Classroom where you're already housing a bunch of different information, I would still just make within your Google Classroom, I would make a material, which is like you go to the same place you make an assignment, and I would just make a material. And then I would make a Google slide deck. If you have one already made, you can just add it, or you can create a whole new one. I used the lesson plan template to make this one. So I went to to File, New, Template, and I found the lesson plan one, and that's just what I used. And this is what I would put into it. I would put, what we're doing on Monday through Friday, or if you have a spirit week, the things that to look forward to, your Zoom times or your Google Hangout times, and probably the direct link to your meeting. My principal has a room, and so I just have that saved. So that way when it's time to go to our faculty meeting, I can just click that direct link and it goes to that. So there is a way to find your direct link in Zoom, and I'll probably make a video on how to do that. So just hang tight for that, subscribe so when it comes out you can see it. But you do have a direct link within Zoom that you can just put like in your right here or in your site, wherever you want to put it. You can put it there, and then they have access to that. And so I'll also put like math resources, reading resources, announcements, whatever you want in your newsletter, just make a slide for that. The last resource or no, not the last one, but almost the last one is Wakelet. Wakelet is just a website. It's free. It's, what I like about it is that it's super clean. Very clean to look at. You can put almost whatever you want in there, and they can't mess it up. So it's really, really nice. They can't mess up any of these other sites that I've already shown you, but it looks a little bit like Padlet, but it's not. They can't add anything to it, and it's just clean is what I'm trying to say. So you'll make an account. You will then create a new collection, and from there, you can just add whatever you want. So a lot of the same things that we just talked about in that Google slide, I would just put in here. You can add an image to it. You can name it. You can write a description. What I also like is all the different things you can add to your Wakelet. So you could add a YouTube video. You can, if you have older kids and you want them to follow a specific Twitter feed, you can put that directly there. Any images, PDFs, anything. If you have a Flipgrid, it's directly tied into there, which is pretty cool. So all of this is free. You can enable it to copy, so then you can send it to your coworkers if you have other teachers in your grade level, so that way they can just kind of tweak it to their needs. If you guys want to take turns doing that, that's what my team does. We take turns making our newsletters and such. And then we just kind of tweak it a little bit. And then the last one I want to show you, and this is specifically for those with a Microsoft account. I'm not going to go into how you know. It's just kind of one of those things you know. So you go to sway.office.com, and if you have an account, your school may have purchased one. Mine does, and did, or whatever, however you want to say it. What I like about Sway is that it works like a Google presentation or a PowerPoint presentation. So you make it how you want. You can add, it has a little bit of animation to it. You can change the style of it, which is really, really nice. Lots of different things. And then they call it the storyline. And basically every storyline is a slide, if you will. I love it because it has a ton of different types of things that you can add to it. Media, and as far as like groups go, you can make like a grid or comparison, things like that. What I don't like is that it doesn't have some of those features like the Flipgrid or Twitter, like Wakelet does. And Wakelet's only one of those resources that has that kind of ability, other than the website where you could take a direct feed, Twitter feed link and just put it into your website. So those are my recommendations, what I would do if I was you, to make different kinds of newsletters during this school shutdown time where you have to go virtual. Thanks so much for watching, and make sure you like this video, share it with a friend, and subscribe. We'll see you next time. Bye.